Hello everyone, welcome to our first lesson. Today we are focusing on paper 1. Remember, for grade 12, for paper 1 we're solving for x simultaneous equation, and we have a little bit about sequences and series. Alright, so let's get started. If you can't hear me, just comment, or if you can hear me, just say something so that I will know that you are on the same page. Alright. Alright, I think we are set now. I think I'm being heard loud and clear. Can somebody just comment if you can hear me? Can just comment, please, please, please. I don't want to talk meanwhile that I know I'm not being heard, or I don't know what is going on. Just say something. All right, I'll just wait for a few minutes. I just need for you to comment. I think we are good to go now. Okay, perfect. I'm being heard. Okay, let's get started. All right, okay, let's get started. All right, question 1, we're solving for x. So we have x squared plus x minus 12. X squared plus x minus 12 is equals to 0. Right. All right. So here we're solving for x. So remember, when you're solving for x, first things first, you must make sure that your equation is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. So that is the law. You must make sure that if it's a quadratic equation that you are solving, so your equation must be in the form of ax squared, ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. So your equation must be in this format if this is a quadratic equation, right? Then now, so our equation satisfies that it is a quadratic equation and is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. So the first ever question in maths grade 12 is solve for x. Sometimes you're given the factors, sometimes you're not given the factors. In this case, we are not given the factors. So remember, the factors of x squared is going to be x and x. So it's going to be x times x. These are the factors of x squared, right? Then we say is equals to 0. These are the factors of x squared because x times x gives us x squared. Then now the tricky part comes on the last term. What are the factors of 12? So let's just write them down. Factors of 12. Okay, you can write them down with your pen. Remember, you must always have a pen and a paper next to you, so because this is a class you are learning. So the factors of 12 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 6, and 12. These are the factors of 12. When we talk about factors, we're talking about the numbers that multiply each other to get that number that we're talking about. In this case, we have 1 times 12 gives us 12 because 1 is the factor of 12. Then we have 2 times 6, that is 12, right? And also we have 3 times 4, that is 12. Perfect. So if the last term is negative, we will have two different signs. So this is the principle. If the last term is negative, we'll have two different signs, right? Then now, so now since it's negative, we have to choose two factors. When we minus them, they should give us the middle term. So in this case, which two factors when you minus them will give us the middle term? First, what is the middle term? The middle term is x, right? Remember, x has a coefficient of 1, but we don't put 1. That is an invisible one. So which factors of 12 when we minus them will give us 1? Obviously is not 1 and 12 because that will give us 11, and is not 2 and 6, that will give us 4. So possible factors is 3 and 4. So our factors is 3 and 4 that we're going to use in this equation. So we're going to use 3 and 4. Perfect. So then now the tricky part says if the last term is negative, we'll have two different signs. We have established that one. then the bigger number must take the sign of the middle term. So what is the sign of the middle term? The sign of the middle term is a positive. So the bigger number must take the sign of the middle term. So here we'll say plus 4. Then here we have minus 3. Perfect. So remember, positive 4 times a negative 3 will give us negative 12, which is correct. Then 4 minus 3 will give us 1. So we say 4x multiply 4x minus negative 3 will give us 1. So then when is this? You say x plus 4 is equal to 0, or x minus x minus 3 is equals to 0, right? Then now we have to transpose. We take the constant to the right hand side. So when you're transposing, you take a term from one side of the equation to the other side of the equation. So in this case, we're taking the positive 4 to the other side of the equation. So the positive 4 will change the sign and become a negative. So we'll have x is equals to negative 4, right? Or x is equals to positive 3. So these are the two possible values. So you get 1 mark for each, and also 1 mark for the factors. You get 1 mark for the factors and also 1 mark for each, which will be 3 marks. Perfect. So what I will do now, I'll just give you a simple exercise that you must do now. Meanwhile, we're talking, just a simple exercise. So because I want to know whether you are following, we are on the same page. So here I'm gonna give you x squared minus 6x plus 8. Solve for x. So this is just an exercise. So here please solve for x squared minus 6x plus 8. X squared minus 6x plus 8 is equals to 0. I'm giving you 2 minutes. X squared minus 6x plus 0, x squared minus 6x plus 8 is equals to 0. I'm giving you 2 minutes and your time starts now. What I need to do, just do it and send via WhatsApp. Remember, maths is not about right and wrong. Maths is about practice. The more you practice it, obviously you'll get the correct answers. So it's about practicing and practice. There's no any other cure. There's no any other solution. You have to practice it. One minute remaining. All right, 30 seconds remaining. 20 seconds. All right. Okay. Solve the no. Do the other exercise. Do number 2, exercise 2. All right, I'll wait for you just to finish. I want to see your rough work so that I can see whether you are following or I need to explain further. So 2 minutes that I'm giving you to do that, to complete. All right, 1 minute remaining. All right. Perfect. Okay. So yes, you got it right. Perfect. So let's move along. Okay, let me just do the corrections. So here we have x squared minus 6x plus 8. So first things first, this one is already in the standard form, that is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. So here we just, what are the factors of 8? Factors of 8 is 1, 2, 4, and 8, right? Then now let's factorize. Factors of x squared is going to be x times x, going to be x times x is equals to 0, right? Then factors of 8, so the rule says if the last term is positive, we have the same sign. So which factors that of 8 that we can add to get the middle term? So factors of 8 that we can get, well, that we can add to get the middle term is going to be 2 and 4, right? So it doesn't matter where we put 2, doesn't matter where we put 4. So it's going to be 2 and 4. Then now, if the last term is negative, is positive, we have the same sign. Then we take the sign of the middle term. It's going to be minus 2 and minus 4. Therefore, 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 x minus 2 is equals to 0, or x minus 4 is equals to 0. Therefore, x is equals to 2, or x is equals to 4. Perfect. Got this one right. Therefore, x is equals to 2, or x is equals to 4. All right. So now let's get to the second question. Remember, the standard is still the same. It does not change in every year. Now we're getting to the second question now. So that will be, all right. So the second one says 3x squared minus 5x minus 1 is equals to 0. So the second one is 3x squared three x squared minus 5x minus 1 minus 5x minus 1 is equals to 0. And we're given a hint. It says correct your answer to 2 decimal places. So once you get a question says that correct your answer to 2 decimal places, don't even try to find the factors of x squared or the factors of the last term that can give you the middle term. There are no factors. So what you need to do, there's the factors, but there are no factors that are whole numbers. So what you need to do, you just use the quadratic equation. Once the examiner says that correct your answer to 2 decimal places, is just letting you know that use the quadratic equation. The quadratic equation is in your script, in your question paper. So you just need to check it, but I believe that by then you already know it by heart, since you are doing maths on a daily basis. In other words, you're practicing maths on a daily basis. So now let's get the quadratic equation. All right. All right, so this is our equation. So it says x is equals to minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. So the first thing you need to do, you must always put the values of a, b, and c separately so that you don't make a silly mistake. So what you need to do, remember, every time you're solving a quadratic equation, it should be in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. So now give me the values of a, b, and c. I'm just giving you 2 seconds. the values of A, B, and C. So the value of A is always the coefficient of x squared. In this case, the coefficient of x squared is 3. So A is equals to 3. A is equals to 3. Then the value of B is always the coefficient of x. In this case, B is equals to -5. And the value of C is a number without x. It's a constant. So I always tell my students that a constant, it does not have to be a number. It can be a letter, it can be P, it can be K. So in this case, the constant is a -1. So C is equals to -1. Perfect. Now we just substitute in the original, in the quadratic equation. Remember, by just substituting, that is a mark. That is 1 mark by substituting. So now B is -5. So negative into -5. Then B is -5. So here we have -5 all squared minus A into, minus 4 into the value of 4. The value of A is 3. I always prefer putting the bracket so that you don't make a mistake. Is 3. And the value of C is -1. So A is 3, right? So just by doing this, that is 1 mark, because they're given marks by substitution. So you just need to use your calculator to get to the answer. Then you get 2 marks for each value of x. So here we have x is equals to, here we have x is equals to, x is equals to, so it's going to be +5. It's going to be +5. Then plus or minus +5 plus or minus square root of 25 plus 12 all over 6. Then you put everything in a calculator, then you get the values of x, and so we have 2 possible values of x, right? So x will be equals to, okay, you can put that in a calculator, then get the correct answer. Perfect. Now let me give you an exercise. Let me give you an exercise. I'm gonna give you an exercise shortly. So if you don't understand, please feel free to comment or just text me and say that you don't understand, you need more clarity. So now let me give you this. this problem. Now 5x squared. Okay, I just want to solve this problem. 5x squared, 5x squared, 5x squared plus 6x minus d plus 6x minus d, right? Okay, let me write it here in the next page. So we have 5x squared minus minus 6x, 5x squared minus 6x minus d, not minus 6, minus d. So the question says calculate the value of d for which, okay, is equals to 0. Perfect. So we have this equation, 5x squared plus 6x minus d is equal to 0. So the question says calculate the value of d for which 5x squared plus 6x minus d is equal to 0 has equal roots. So calculate the value of d for which 5x squared plus 6x minus d is equals to 0 has equal roots. All right, so I'm giving you just 4 minutes. So I'm giving you 4 minutes to complete this task. I hope you have started. Three minutes remaining. 2 minutes remaining. All right. I hope you are halfway now. I hope we are almost done now. All right, so I'm expecting to see your script. Calculate the value of d for which 5x squared plus 6x minus d is equals to 0 has equal roots. All right, so I hope you understood the questioning. So I hope you're almost done. right. All right, all right. I think you should be halfway, if not done by now. Okay, can I have your script? Can you post your script? All right, okay, let's stop from here today. So we'll meet again uh next week. Okay, probably this week, I think on Saturday. So I'm gonna send you the invitation link, so just try to complete that task. So remember, maths is not about right and wrong, it's about you doing the work. So because if you don't try, you won't know whether you are following or not, because we don't want you to be surprised during the exam room. You don't need to be surprised during the exam room. It's better for you now to make mistakes so that you can learn, than on the exam room then you will be surprised and there will be no second chance. So just complete the task and we'll continue again. Thank you so much for watching. So I think physics will take over just now, so we'll hear from Mr. Steven. All right, so see you again. So make sure you complete the task. I'm gonna give you homework just now. Thank you so much for watching.